Speak greatness and have high expectations. I can't stress this enough how important it is. So many times we as human beings sell ourselves short, and you shouldn't do that, and you should not do that with the kids that you work with. Why be average? I always look at this quote. I have this in my room. We have it in the locker room. Why be average when you can be amazing? And one thing we always do in our classroom, I have it everywhere, it's dare to be great. And we have high expectations in our classroom. And I'm only telling this, it's not to gloat or brag, but if you have high expectations and you do everything possible and the kids work hard, and remember, that's the only rule I have with my kids and my athletes is you have to work hard, great things are going to happen. You can't accept anything less. You have to have a commitment to excellence. The first day of school, we just talk to the kids. I tell them you're going to be doing 8-page math packets every single day other than Friday and the weekends. And it's going to be over 100 problems a day. But we're going to do it. We're never going to whine. We're never going to complain. And here's the beauty. You'll see it in the paper the next fall, and you'll see it in the results. You will have the highest scores in the state of Minnesota in math. And it happens. Not only do they pass the test and do well over the state average, but we have so many kids that actually exceed because we set the bar high. And there's also some years where kids just barely pass this test, which I personally wish we would get rid of, but they pass right on the nose. And I think that is because we teach grit, we teach toughness, and they put that little extra effort in to go 2 to 3 hours to get the job done because they did not want to let their teacher down and they didn't want to let their classmates down. Now, this is a true story, and there's going to be a teacher that was in the room with me, and I could actually tell on the NWEA test, that's the National Standardized Test, I could tell by just watching the kids take it, when they came to me, I knew exactly the score that they were going to get within a point, and I guessed it when they came back to me with their iPad. I'd say 232, 231. I had 13 in a row correct. Because I watch the kids and I know exactly where they're at, that if they gave a full effort, I knew exactly where they'd be at that test. And our goal for that was to be 2 grade levels above 4th grade and to accomplish that goal. Furthermore, let's talk about sports. When you take over programs, and I've taken over a number of programs that were just struggling a little bit, I've always had a motto, and that motto is dare to be great. Dare to be great. We don't accept anything else. We don't worry about the scoreboard in the end, but what we do worry about is effort. And you can see these different shirts that we had from our football seasons, and they all have the same motto. And I want you to think about coming up with a motto for your classroom or the athletic team you coach. Tiger football, dare to be great. And then on the back, still my philosophy. It's my philosophy in my classroom also. Work hard. Play hard, have fun. And we have that just posted everywhere. And the other thing I talk about is dream big. And I think it's important to dream big. You know, in football, we started off, when I took over the program, we had all these new kids out. We didn't know how to play. We had a ton of coaches to help them. We started off 0-2. But one thing, on day 1 of practice, we ended our jumping jacks 1, 2, 3, and so on. And when we got to number 12, they had to say the word bank, and it had to be with enthusiasm. So what did bank mean? After the 12th game, it was our goal to make it to US Bank Stadium to make the state semifinals and play indoors on the big TV screen. And one of the nicest stadiums around. And after the second game, when we were 0-2, a captain came up to me and said, Coach, just being honest, do you still want us to say bank? Because our schedule's actually going to get harder and it might not happen. You know, deep down inside, I wanted to say maybe we should change that word. But I stayed strong. My coaches stayed strong that I work with. No, we're going to keep saying it because we're going to get there. Sometimes you have to fake it to make it. Long story short, we ended up playing some of these teams that beat us pretty good in the playoffs. We ended up playing the state semifinals at US Bank Stadium. Remarkable story, but it happened. Now, think about this. We are in a small little town of 2,000. And over the past 10 years, we have four 4 professional athletes that signed professional contracts to either play NFL football or professional baseball. 4 in a town of 2,000. I'm not sure many small towns can say that. And we have 2 that in the next 2 years that have a great chance of playing at the professional level in 2 different sports. Now, that could be coincidence. It could be a lot of different things. But I can tell you that the teachers, the coaches, the school climate makes a big difference when you teach kids to play hard, work hard, dare to be great, and be the best you can be. High expectations is the key.